Welcome back to Bricktacular. Thank you for joining me again. Today we're going to be looking at the build we've done some work on about a month or so ago, the new Into the Spider-Verse Bodega Deli set. We made this into more of a modular build, expanded it round and added in some stairs up to the top level, made the shop a bit bigger, and then added two, or at least started two apartments above that. Over the last few days, I've been spending quite a bit of time thinking about the layout of my Lego city and where I'm going to place these different builds. And I've come up with a plan to have a raised platform area along the back. And that's going to feature a lot of the Marvel sets. It's going to have the Sanctum on. It's going to have this build, as well as Peter Parker's apartment. So just think about the layout of how it's going to work and how it's going to flow, what's going to go next to what. So obviously Sanctum's quite a big build. You've seen that hopefully in one of my other videos. And I'm thinking this is going to go next to it. But its current state, it's very small. The Sanctum's quite a big build. It's going to sit kind of this side of it. But this is going to be really quite small next to it. So I need to definitely make it bigger. The plan's going to be to transfer this build onto this 48 by 48 base plate and expand it out a little bit. The Sanctum is 48 deep, so I need to have the building next to it on the same sort of size base plate. So I'm thinking I'm going to slide this build kind of to the front edge of this plate and then have space at the back here to add another business or shop of some sort. And that's going to allow me then to kind of make it sit next to the Sanctum. Then this right over in the corner, I'm going to have the space then to add another build in this little section here. What this is going to be, I've got no idea yet, but that space there, have another shop or business of some sort. Then the other thing we'll get to have a look at is the colour of this apartment blocks above. The Sanctum main colour is medium nougat, this is medium nougat as well. So next to each other just don't quite look right. So I'm thinking that I need to change the apartment brick colour up. Maybe go with the light bluish grey instead, and maybe with some dark bluish grey accent colours in there, and then that will look nice next to, complement next to the Sanctum, rather than kind of clashing a little bit too much. On the platform, then I'll have a little road here, and then next to that, on further to the left, I'll be able to put the Peter Parker's apartment with the bank underneath it and the pizzeria, the pizza shop, and then build another building just to the right hand side of that. So we'll have a little road down here, we'll have a new build kind of here, and then we'll have Peter Parker's apartment on that bit, and that will kind of make up the run of that higher platformed area. So for this video, I'm going to have a go at peeling this base plate off, dropping this onto the 48 by 48 underneath, and then working on extending the mills plate out, filling the bit in, get some plates on it, and then think about what the building is going to be here. So enough talking, let's get some building done. Okay, so step one done. The base plate again peeled off nice and simple, nice and easy. Managed to tack on the 48 by 48, then get the mills plating done around the edges. Weird little, I don't even, the eagle-eyed of you would have noticed that I come across with this brick randomly on the plate and kind of set it down next to it. That's just to mark the distance back that the sanctum goes on the diagonal. So it's got the same sort of normal kind of standard path at the front there, but obviously it goes back at a diagonal. So to get the building to line up nicely, it needs to be set further back. So this is going to have a deeper walkway than down the side there. So I'll just use that as a bit of a marker. So yeah, got that done. Left those spaces. I need to get a load of jumpers. I need dark bluish grey jumpers, just so that you can pose different figures on around the place. So I've left that bit. I do need at some stage lift the building up, take the door frame out, and move these ones around to make those work. But that can be a job for when I start kind of getting a bit more into the detail of this bit. So for now, I've got this space here, which is 16 studs wide. So I'm going to build some sort of building back there. And then here, it's going to be the same, but a little bit narrower because we set this back. I think we're going to have 3 studs. So we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. It's a bit of a weird space there. But we can do something, make something work along there. Maybe do a laundromat, dry cleaners, something along those sort of lines. Some sort of something could be a bit narrower and longer, and then maybe this side. Let's say for now doesn't really matter. I was going to build something up on the fascia, and then I can extend the roof, the apartment levels across. Maybe a comic book store, maybe something like that. So we've got the little deli in there doing the sandwiches, so we need to make sure we're not doing too many conflicting businesses. Try and mix up a little bit, so we'll have a good think about that. So for now, I'm going to work on this bit, try and get some sort of fascia built up and the wall down this side, and the same around that bit. So let's get cracking on that. For this section of the video, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to record like normal, and then I'm going to edit up the sections, trim them together, drop out all the kind of filler bits in between, so all you should see is bricks clicking together nicely. So starting off with a door and a couple of the bigger 6 wide window frames. That actually fills that section up neatly. Forget to put a little line of kind of foundation bricks underneath. So knock them back out of the way, drop the brick in. Put a few more pieces round just to kind of mark out the area and space around the side. Then realised when I do that I didn't actually leave a space to drop the door in, so I've taken the brick back out again. Drop the door in, drop some masonry bricks along the bottom here to fill them spaces in, and then when I sit the window frame back on, I think it actually looks quite nice as a fascia. But then when I realised when I start building up that wall on the right hand side, that you'll see kind of the sides of the bricks through the right hand side of that window on the right. So drop them out, get rid of those and replace them with kind of door frames, but I'm just going to put panes of glass in there, and then the bricks can run down the side. So it gives a little frame and edging brick to the side of the build. So just going with the light tan, normal tan walls down the side there. So dropping a few bricks in and around just to fill the gaps in and see how we can move this along, what details we need to put in afterwards. Snot brick at the top there just so I can add a sign or just some extra kind of detail. A few more bricks along the top there just to link those panel bricks together, and then a set of bricks across the top to kind of hold it all together there. Then I'll start trying to recreate something similar to the bodega on the left, the kind of yellow and orange fascia that's hanging over the top there, the little canopy sort of thing. Go through a few different things. You'll see I'll put all the parts down and then realise actually I need to take a lot of them back up again and back down again and back up again to put another brick in, or adjust the height slightly or move it. I'll put them tiles on there, then realise I didn't put the one with the little runner on just to push it out a little bit, so then when you put the slopes on top it sits nice and flush with the edge of the slopes, alternating the light aqua and dark blue slopes edge to give just a different colour effect to the bodega, and another bit of colour to the whole kind of set and street of this section. So you get all those bits in together. Again, I realise that the height isn't quite right, it doesn't quite line up right. So peel that section off again, swap a couple of bits out, and get the height a bit better. And then, well, I think I get the height better, then realise actually that it's not quite right and I need to change it again. So when I drop the bricks on there, just going to chop that 2x4 tile on for eventually have a sign on, put the bricks on the side and realise I'm one low. So again, peel it off, add another tile, so I run a plates along there just so that it elevates up by one, and then we're at the same height as the bodega next door. Decided to make that 2x4 tiles just so I'm going to have a bit of a bigger sign eventually when I work out what the building's going to be. Quite happy with that fascia, so time now to move on to the other one down the side, and the section round the back. So around to the little narrower section at the back. This isn't going to be seen very much from the actual view from the street, but it's a little bit of a narrow section, 13 studs wide. So again, start with a door frame, and then get another one of those 6 wide kind of windows, just kind of working out my spacing. I think that will work quite nicely, so I'll have one run of bricks in between the building next door, in between the door and the window, and then a nice edge strip down the left hand side. So just put a run of foundation bricks in tan, and then drop those on. Fish out some sort of the lighter blue bricks, just to mix up the colours, try and give it a little bit of a different, fresher look. Okay, so in that fascia, I've kind of built out, peel this off easy, using the 1x2 by 2 high slopes on the side, attached with a couple of snot bricks, and I've used the light aqua and light bluish grey mixed in together, just to try and give it a little bit of a pattern. I only had 4 of those. It'd be nice if I had a different pattern going on, but that'll do. Just mixes up the pattern a little bit, and adds in a little bit of colour, something a little bit different. And if I can find a towel there to change it over, I'll just fill that in for now, just to fill that front stud in. So around some more of the 1x2 by 5, I think they are, panels along the back. Let's fill that back wall in there. This one along here, I just need to decide what I'm going to do, but I've decided that I'm basically going to segregate this one off. So it's going to be a much smaller little shop here, or a little building here, and then become a bigger, longer, whatever that ends up being, shop there. So I think that looks, I'll try to knock all the bricks off. So yeah, that's what we're going to go with for now. So I'm just going to get this wall built up, and then just put some pillars up there so I can look at dropping the apartment levels on top and see what it will look like. So I'll just pop that old apartment sections on, just to fill that back in, just to get an idea of what it looks like really. Just tidy up a bit in this little build session. So quite happy with the 2 fascias, something a little bit different. So similar there to the front one there, and this is the way you're going to see it when you're looking at the city anyway, with the road up this way, and that's going to be the actual back wall, kind of like the wall there. So you're not going to see too much of that just from the sides. I think it's quite good standing out, a little bit of a different kind of overhang. So yeah, we have a longer-ish room there, a little smaller one along there. And we just need to expand out the apartment floors, and like I said at the beginning, need to change out medium nougat for probably light bluish grey. As I think I haven't got much of that either, so I don't really know how far I'm going to get, but I should be able to get one floor pretty much done like this, and then we'll see how we go with the second floor. The Peter Parker's apartment actually has 3 apartment levels, but I'm only going to have 2 on this one, and then I'm going to get the sanctum over in a minute and put it next to it. But you can see when the sanctum's sat next to it, you've got the picture of the roof runs along there, and you've got a couple of windows in there, so it sits over the top of that and overlooking that nicely. So it sits nicely with this sort of height. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm at the point now where I'm really quite struggling with bricks, having enough bulk brick just to get walls built, different detailings added in, tan, dark tan, light bluish grey, dark bluish grey, black, medium nougat, dark orange, all the colours I've been using a lot of recently in different builds. I'm just completely running out of. So I'm going to need to do some bricklink orders when I get some time and some money together. Maybe drop into the local Lego store and see if I can find any good parts that might be a little bit cheaper as well, to just be able to kind of progress a little bit. So for now, that's going to have to be the end of this build. Move on to something else for the next video. Have some ideas maybe to what the next that missing building on the left hand side is going to be. So thank you very much for watching through. Any comments and ideas of what I can put into these 2 empty shells of buildings at the bottom at the minute, please drop me a comment. That'd be really great to give some different ideas of things that I might not have thought about, liking the idea of a comic book shop, maybe a laundrette, laundromat, possibly a cafe, I don't know. But any other ideas of things you think might be good, something that links in with the Marvel, Spider-Man sort of Spideyverse would be much appreciated. Any ideas, just give me something to think about. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification, and you'll get notifications every time I upload a new video. Give this video a like, it would be very much appreciated. So thank you very much for watching through, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.